Zoe was the one who found the villa. It was hidden deep in the woods, and the rental price was so cheap it sounded suspicious the moment we heard it. Still, we decided to stay there for a few days to unwind and blow off some stress. The owner never showed up in person. He only texted Zoe the gate code and told us to let ourselves in. When we pulled up in front of the villa, it looked even better than the photos. It was huge and luxurious, with glass walls facing straight into the deep forest, and a swimming pool in the back reflecting the last shimmer of sunlight.
See? I told you, this trip is gonna be the perfect way to de-stress.
After we put our things away, the three of us went upstairs to check out the rooms. Each of us headed in a different direction. I walked down the hallway on the right. Then I suddenly stopped in front of a door. This one was much older, and the surface was scratched in several places. Right on the tile floor in front of it were long scrape marks, as if something had been dragged across it over and over again. I had just reached for the doorknob when I heard running footsteps behind me.
RUMI!
Zoe and Mira rushed over and each grabbed one of my arms.
Come down to the pool. Let's swim before it gets dark.
I still didn't feel right about it, but in the end I let it go and followed them downstairs. We swam in the pool and made barbecue outside with our own hands. Warm yellow light spilled over the table, insects hummed from the surrounding forest. By nighttime, all three of us were lying in bed. I tossed and turned a few times, then finally sat up.
Hey, this afternoon I found a weird room down the hallway on the right. Wanna go check it out? What? I don't know, but there were marks on the floor that didn't look like anything else in the house. I was about to open the door, but you two dragged me away. Right now? Let's go.
The three of us opened the bedroom door and stepped out into the second floor hallway. When we got to that room, I crouched down and pointed to the scrape marks on the floor.
See? Do you get what I mean now?
Mira said nothing. She slowly reached for the doorknob. The door opened. All three of us froze. The room was dusty and old, and the air inside felt suffocating. Right in the middle of the room was a chair. A rope was tied around it. The way it was tied made it instantly clear what it had been used for.
This place feels seriously wrong. How can a beautiful villa like this have a room this creepy in it?
I hadn't even answered yet when my phone suddenly vibrated in my hand. Bobby.
Get out of there right now! It's not safe there! Why did you leave without telling me?
Before I could ask anything else, he hung up. A sheet of cold ran down my spine. At that exact moment, I heard footsteps outside. Mira lunged for the door, yanked it shut, and locked it.
Someone's coming upstairs!
The three of us stood pressed close together. The footsteps stopped right in front of the door. A second later, a loud pounding exploded against it. I jumped in shock.
So you think just because you got in there, you can escape? Open the door right now. If you don't blame me for getting cruel.
What do we do?
Then the door burst open. A man charged in, and there was something in his eyes that made my whole body go cold.
I really like stubborn girls like you.
He moved toward Mira first. Mira backed away step by step, her face completely pale. Zoe and I were practically frozen, our minds blank. But the moment he reached his hand out, Zoe suddenly grabbed the chair nearby.
Get away from her!
She swung it with all her strength and smashed it into his head. None of us could believe what had just happened.
Run, run, run now!
That was when Mira spotted a ventilation opening near the corner of the wall.
Over here. Take the risk. If we jump through there, we might still have a way out.
When I crawled through the opening and dropped down on the other side, pain shot through my legs so hard I almost collapsed on the spot, but none of us dared stop. The three of us ran straight for the edge of the forest. Branches lashed against us, and the uneven ground made us trip again and again. When we reached a dry creek bed, a sharp pain stabbed through my leg and I crumpled down. I braced myself against the ground, struggling to breathe.
RUMI! Get up! Don't stop here! I can't keep going anymore. No! We can't stop here!
Then, in the distance, two beams of headlights suddenly appeared.
We're not getting out.
The three of us were just about to force ourselves to run again when a shout rang out from far away.
RUMI! RUMI!
I jerked my head up. It was Jinu. The vehicle stopped near the creek. Gino flung the door open and ran straight toward me. Behind him was a man in a forest ranger uniform. I could hardly believe my eyes.
Are you hurt?
My throat tightened, and all I could do was shake my head through tears. Later, I found out Bobby had told Gino about my call. He traced the location of the last signal, then got a local forest ranger to guide him and drove into the woods to find us. Zoe and Mira were practically collapsing from exhaustion by the time they were helped into the vehicle too. The police stormed the villa that very night. The next day, they confirmed that the villa was registered under the name of one of that man's relatives. He had been using it as a fake vacation rental to lure people into an isolated place before making his move. The room on the second floor was where he kept his victims. After that, the villa was permanently sealed off. What we thought would be a relaxing getaway ended up becoming the most terrifying memory of our lives. That night, the three of us sat in the room putting ointment on our scraped arms and legs. Right then, my phone screen lit up. A message from an unknown number. I opened it. You think this is over? Silently, I held out my phone for Mira and Zoe to read.
Oh no. Who sent this? And what happened next was something we never expected.
Thank you.
An anonymous letter was delivered to Huntrix.
An invitation to explore the first hotel on the moon.
Wait a second. Does that hotel only have room for 4 people?
In the days that followed, we started training in the gravity chamber, learning how to breathe in protective suits. On the day of departure, a woman suddenly grabbed my hand,
Hold on to this.
and by reflex, I clenched it. The closer it got to departure, the stronger my sense of unease became.
Let's go, Rumi.
Right before the ship was launched, I unfolded the paper. 55566.
It's probably just a prank.
I folded it back up. Then the spacecraft launched away from Earth.
Isn't Earth beautiful from up here?
When we landed, we were thrilled. The Moon Hotel was dazzling, magnificent.
Welcome to the Moon Hotel.
The guide robots kept reminding us.
Please do not leave the hotel without authorization.
We waited inside the hotel for a long time, but no one came.
Doesn't this place feel really weird?
Yeah, there's no one here besides us and those robots out there.
Let's go outside and take a look. Put on your protective gear.
I don't see anything.
Not far away, a massive base caught my attention.
Look over there. A secret base.
When we got to the door, I remembered the numbers on the slip of paper.
55566. Okay.
I tried entering them, and the door opened. Inside was a freezing, sterile laboratory. Long rows of cryo-sleep pods lined the space, and in each chamber a person slept deeply.
Gino! Look at this!
Screens displayed genetic profiles and health indices. Farther in, there were 4 empty pods, labeled with our names.
This isn't a tourist hotel. This is a genetic reserve warehouse. We're their targets.
Hurry! We have to gather evidence.
Zoe quickly copied the data. Mira memorized the layout and escape routes.
According to the map, it's near Sector 5.
Quick! We have to get back to the spacecraft.
The moment we rushed out, a heavy pounding echoed behind us. 3 large, aggressive robots chased after us. We sprinted up into the ship. A strong gust of wind hit me, knocking me to the ground. Gino charged back toward me.
Oh my god!
A small crack snapped inside my helmet. My visor shattered. Air spilled out. He hauled me into the ship and slammed the hatch shut.
Rumi, look at me.
He tore off his own helmet and pressed his mask to my face.
Listen, someone has to stay behind and separate the module so the ship can launch.
I know.
My mask is broken. Only 3 people can make it back.
Gino, don't do this!
Rumi, look up at the moon whenever you miss me.
The separation door slammed shut.
Gino, no!
The module shook violently. The ship shot away. I returned to Earth with the data in my hands. The authorities stepped in. An investigation began. My mission was over. Every day after that, I would stand still on the balcony for a long time, staring up at the moon.
Maybe somewhere out there, Gino was looking back at me too.
Hey, Rumi, wake up! You were talking in your sleep. Was it all just a dream? Mira, this is all my fault. If only I'd been more careful back then, the helmet wouldn't have cracked.
Mira froze, then reached out and touched my forehead.
Rumi, what are you talking about? Which helmet?
The one that cracked in the ship's module when we were being chased.
Rumi, it was all just a dream. That's impossible. What?
Weren't you two there too? Everything has been completely normal. Go get some more rest.
That afternoon, Abby came rushing straight into my house.
Rumi! Jinu is missing.
Missing? Why are you only telling me now?
I came to look for you several times but couldn't find you.
If Jinu has gone missing, and it matches exactly what I saw in my dream,
Is it just a coincidence?
In the days that followed, we posted on forums and put up missing person notices everywhere.
Have you seen him?
I'm sorry, I haven't.
And all the while, a dreadful, hazy feeling lingered in my mind. That day, I saw a familiar figure from behind. I recognized him instantly, the mail carrier from my dream.
Wait! Do you remember me? Were you the one who delivered a letter to me before?
Yes, I delivered an invitation letter to you.
Oh, okay.
I returned home in a state of confusion. I tore through my room, yanked open every drawer, flipped through every stack of books. I turned on my computer and searched for anything about the Moon Hotel, but everything was gone. There was no trace left at all. Just when I was nearly at my breaking point, my eyes drifted toward the trash can in the living room.
Wait,
I crouched down to search through it, and a small scrap of paper, nearly burned to ashes, caught my attention.
Moon Hotel? No. It wasn't a dream.
That night, I pressed Mira and Zoe for answers.
How much longer are you planning to keep this from me? Since when do we keep secrets from each other? Then what is this scrap of paper? It's true, we did receive the letter, but we never went because during training you got injured, so the trip was canceled.
I said nothing. I simply turned and walked away. That night, I went to see a hypnotherapy specialist. I couldn't keep living in a world where part of the truth had been quietly cut away. I needed to know what, exactly, had been hidden inside my mind.
Please help me uncover the truth. I will do everything I can.
After the evaluation, the truth that surfaced was far crueler than I had imagined. After losing Jinu, I had completely fallen apart. I stayed in my room all day, and my health gradually deteriorated. Mira and Zoe, terrified for me, had turned to a hypnosis specialist to make my memories hazy, so that I would believe it had all been just a dream. Maybe they thought that would save me. But once I learned the truth, all it did was make my heart ache even more. I made my way home in the middle of the night. The wind was bitterly cold, but it was nothing compared to the chill inside me. I wasn't angry at Mira and Zoe anymore. I only knew one thing. Jinu had not vanished inside a dream. He was somewhere out there, very far away, farther than anyone could reach. After that, I went to find Abby.
Jinu is probably in a place very far away.
The next morning, when Mira and Zoe woke up, I was nowhere to be found.
Rumi, have you come back yet?
On the table, I had left behind a small note.
I have to find a way to bring him back.
But not long after that, I came back.
Mira, Zoe, I'm back. There's something important we need to deal with.
From the moment I woke up, I could tell something was wrong. Mira was practically glued to her phone. That afternoon, I passed by her room. She was curled up on the bed, hugging her knees, crying. I hadn't even had time to say anything before she turned away and wiped her face. That night, Zoe and I talked about her birthday.
I think purple balloons would look cute.
I nodded and looked at Mira.
Do you want a theme or anything?
She answered quietly.
Not really. It sounds like too much.
Zoe raised an eyebrow at me when Mira left the room.
She's pretending. You know she wants us to surprise her.
I tried to believe that. The next morning, Zoe, Bobby, and I started getting everything ready anyway. We blew up balloons, decorated the living room, and hid the cake in the fridge. Right when I was hanging the last strand, a message from Mira. I'm busy today. I won't be coming back. I read it twice. My stomach sank.
She's been strange lately. Yesterday, she even turned down a brand shoot. The staff said she hasn't been talking to anyone, just staring at her phone all day.
Zoe and I grew even more uneasy. By late night, Mira still hadn't come home. 11 o'clock. Then midnight. The apartment was bright, but it felt hollow. Zoe held her stomach.
I'm so hungry. Let's go eat some noodles.
We threw on our jackets and headed out. On the way back, turning into a narrow alley, I suddenly froze.
Oh my goodness.
Mira was standing there. Abby was with her. Zoe grabbed my arm.
So that's it. No wonder she's been avoiding us, crying over some guy with a six-pack.
I didn't say anything, but my chest burned. We turned around and left. Back at the apartment, eating ramen we barely tasted, the door opened. Mira walked in. Zoe jumped to her feet.
So that's why you've been ignoring us? Because of Abby? What? Don't play dumb. We saw you two together in that alley.
Mira pulled out her phone and held it up in front of Zoe.
A few days ago, I saw this.
A clip of Abby walking beside Zoe in a shopping mall.
I was upset. I didn't want to ask right away. I wanted to figure it out first.
I understand why you're mad, but please hear me out.
What makes you think I'll listen after all this time? Abby explained, but I wasn't completely convinced. So tell me now. Was it true? We did meet, but it's not what it looks like. Abby and I were planning your gift together. We went out to pick it up. We wanted to keep it a secret.
Mira stood there for a long second.
I'm sorry.
Zoe and I exchanged a look before running to grab the presents we'd hidden. When we came back, I placed them in Mira's hands.
Next time, talk to us. Don't shut us out like that. You can be mad. Just don't disappear on us.
Mira wrapped her arms around both of us. For the first time in over 24 hours, her breathing finally sounded calm.
And you wouldn't believe what happened next, seriously. No way! I told you it would be good! It gets better, watch this.
Lately, Zoe has been really good to me. Every day she brings me a ton of snacks. And she often invites me out for late night food. Before long, I started gaining weight fast. In a short time, I couldn't even fit into my stage outfits anymore. It wasn't until I was standing on stage that I truly realized how much I'd gained, and the way the audience looked at me was completely different.
RUMI, why are you an idol if you can't maintain your appearance?
Whispers and insults spread through the crowd. The next day, Bobby called me into his office.
We've decided to terminate your contract.
I walked out of the building with nothing left, no expensive clothes or jewelry anymore. There wasn't even a single cent in my wallet. My stomach growled in waves. I kept wandering aimlessly. Then a billboard hit me right in the face.
Weightlifting challenge. $50,000 cash prize.
I froze.
$50,000.
Without hesitating, I walked straight into the venue to register.
Number 13.
The competition began. Opening match. The surprise contender, RUMI!
I stood behind the line, chalk dust on my hands, my stomach still aching.
And her opponent, Zoe!
Zoe stepped out from the other side, her body muscular and solid. I went still. She leaned in close and spoke quietly.
Surprised, RUMI.
Get ready! The rules!
You lift through each weight level. Whoever makes the final weight wins.
Down below, the audience almost unanimously placed their bets on Zoe. My eyes burned. I stepped up to the barbell, took a breath, and tried to lift. But the heavy fat on my body and my empty, starving stomach made it impossible to budge the bar. Meanwhile, Zoe cleared it easily.
Congratulations! Today's winner is Zoe!
I stood backstage with tears rolling down my face.
I finally understood. She didn't bring me food to be kind. She brought it to ruin me. Zoe had been working toward this day for a long time.
I left the arena. When I got back, I looked at myself in the mirror and swore I would change, so no one could ever laugh at me again. During the day, I washed dishes for money just to get by.
I really appreciate this, thank you.
In the afternoons, I trained, I ran, I practiced martial arts, my fists pounding the heavy bag until my skin split. I lifted weights, the bar digging into my shoulders like a reminder. You are not allowed to be weak. 3 months passed. I looked in the mirror. My body had slimmed down, my muscles were tighter. Most of all, my eyes weren't afraid anymore. The day I returned to the competition, the sky was unusually blue. The arena was more crowded than last time.
Main event, the reigning champion, Zoe!
Zoe walked out. The lights wrapped around her like she was a symbol. The crowd went wild.
And the returning challenger, RUMI!
I walked out. A few quiet, giggling laughs bubbled up.
Her again?
She's gonna lose fast this time. Bet on Zoe.
The betting board flickered. Zoe's name flooded it like a tide. Only one tiny bet showed up under the name RUMI. I narrowed my eyes toward the seats.
Ginu, he had bet on me.
I looked down and brushed the chalk across my hands.
This time, the winner will be me.
At 100 kilograms and 120 kilograms, both Zoe and I made the lifts.
Round 3, 150 kilogram weightlifting.
Zoe pulled the bar halfway up and then froze. She couldn't finish it. As for me, with just a little more force, the bar went up, clean and decisive. Zoe stepped back, eyes wide.
Success! RUMI wins!
The MC placed the prize money in my hands. I took it, but my eyes searched for Ginu. He clapped once, stood up, and quietly walked away. And the name RUMI came back, through my own relentless effort.
And then things took a turn we definitely didn't see coming. Oh, I told you to look out! Well, I didn't think it would be that fast.
Hello, I'm RUMI, a member of the group Huntrix. Today, I want to tell you a story that kept me awake for months about a faceless man and how I took back control of my own image. The concert in Osaka ended late. I returned to the dressing room and had just sat down when I heard a faint click. At first, I thought it was the sound of a light switch, but when I looked up at the mirror, I saw a tiny red dot blinking. A miniature camera. I couldn't believe my eyes. The reflection in the mirror, my own face, suddenly looked terrified and lost. My hands trembled so badly that I nearly dropped my phone while calling my manager. He immediately contacted the backstage crew, and within minutes, the security team arrived. When the staff removed the mirror, a small hidden camera no bigger than 2 fingers fell to the floor. The memory card was still inside. And worse, the police later found 2 more cameras, one in the makeup room and one in the restroom. The organizers immediately locked down the entire backstage area and canceled the next morning's show. I thought it was over. But around midnight, my phone lit up a text from an unknown number.
Hello, RUMI. If you don't want your footage spreading online, stay silent.
I froze. No one except the crew knew my phone number. That meant he was close, maybe one of the staff members. The police worked with the cybersecurity division to trace the message. The number turned out to be an unregistered prepaid SIM, but through network activity and IP data, they were able to track down the device that sent it. The results shocked everyone. That phone had connected multiple times to the internal network of the concert team. It belonged to a technician who had joined the crew only a week earlier. By the time investigators reached his residence, he was gone. His room was a mess, and his company laptop had been wiped clean. Every clue suggested he had planned his escape in advance. From the data recovered in the memory card, the police uncovered his true identity. He was part of a black market ring that traded in private videos of celebrities. He had secretly filmed many singers and actresses, then sold the clips for massive sums of money. The discovery made my blood run cold. If I hadn't noticed that blinking red light, my face, my body might have ended up in the hard drives of hundreds of strangers. I decided not to stay silent. I posted a single line on social media. If you think artists are something to be sold, you're wrong. The sentence spread like wildfire. Other companies began inspecting their dressing rooms, and venues everywhere started tightening security. 2 months later, the police caught him in Tokyo. On his computer, they found more than 300 hidden videos of female artists, including me. He didn't try to defend himself. He just stared at me in silence for a long time. I never watched any of those videos. All I remember is the freezing moment when I stood before that mirror, realizing someone had turned my private space into their spectacle. Since then, I always check every corner before changing. Not because I'm afraid, but because I know. If I hadn't spoken up, there would still be countless others being filmed in silence. Some people say I'm too cautious. But I know one truth. Once your privacy has been violated, you will never feel safe the same way again.
Thank you so much for being here. Love you so much.